No chick's gonna ask you to let her girlfriends watch y'all have sex. That's never thought about it. At least thought about it, if not done it. My opinion. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. So, what's happening? What's everybody been up to? Nothing. Great. So, Khloe Kardashian being cheated on by her man, Tristan Thompson. Is that what his name is? Tell me what you know, because you were talking about it before the show, and I don't really know nothing about it because it literally just got brought to me a few minutes before the show.
Yeah, man. I mean, like any screen I look at, whether it's a laptop or a phone, I'm seeing this pop up on my screen, whether it's one social media platform or the other, and I'm not really following so much on the on the drama news or such, but I'm seeing that he was caught being very intimately close, I think is the word is what I was looking for, in a club.
Well, he was caught with some titties in his face and making out with some girl. So you don't have to be all sugarcoating it. Talk.
Okay, so to start with, there was I saw some clip where, you know, in a club there's a girl up in his face and people are, who's that? Who this? And then the next one, I saw a guy who looked like him creepy into a hotel, and this girl followed, and that booty came in 10 minutes after. So good choice on him, even though he's supposed to be faithful. And then some more footage came out. I think the classic TMZ did this. It came out with some footage of him chilling out in a club or a lounge, and his facing some girl's titties, kissing some other girl. They're grabbing up his dick and shit. It got a bit fucked up. I almost, if I didn't stop it there, I would have been classed gay. But like, I don't know when that was dated though. Was it pre-Khloe or during? Who knows? But this guy in some freak shit. And maybe it's the pressures of having a kid, you know. He's like, damn, I'm going to be a father. Yeah. Damn, let me just get it out of me.
I don't know nothing about that because I don't have any kids, at least not that I'm aware of. But her last boyfriend cheated.
Yeah,
it was husband.
Well, he almost died.
Well, that was after.
I feel like anyone that goes with the Kardashian come out downhill.
I was gonna say the Kardashians have got like some curse against them anyway. Like,
they're witches. Yeah. You weren't here. I did a show with this woman called Rebecca Scott, and she's known as Hollywood. So she's a huge conspiracy theorist. She used to work in the music industry in LA. She used to work with like Kid and Play and all these guys. Like she was up there, and she says that the show was an Empire is based off of the character. I don't watch the show. You ever watch Empire? You know what I'm talking about? Kitty, is that her name or something like that? What's the black woman's name on the show?
Oh, to hear.
Yeah, what's her name? Anyway, her name Cookie, right? So her character is supposed to be based off of this woman's real life. So she says that like down to the furs, everything that they stole that from her, right? So she was talking about the Kardashians, and she's like, they're just a coven full of witches, like all of them. Like every time they're around anybody, something's messed up. Look at Bruce Jenner is now a freaking woman.
Man, right? And I miss the old Kanye. The new Kanye.
Kanye ain't the same no more. I had a dream that I was driving around Detroit shopping for window blinds with Kanye 2 nights ago at like 5 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. Now I was like, something right here.
They're in your head.
Yeah. Lamar Odom. Yeah. So he almost died, and now you got this guy, and then you got all this Black China and all this other side shit.
Like, you got like loads of them. Scott Disick. To be fair, like you go
he's
through
almost borderline acceptable.
Is he? But he's had like drug problems and alcohol problems as well, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I didn't know, but yeah, that makes sense.
like they just, as soon as they get a hold of you, something just flips. A switch in your head just goes from 0 to crazy real quick. It's game over before you know it.
So this guy cheated.
Yeah.
So somebody sent me a text message. Yeah. I haven't seen the video. I'm just looking at it now. Because she asked me, I'll read the message out because there was something on Twitter or something like that, and they were saying, why do something to the effect of why do black men cheat more than white men or some bullshit like that.
I don't know about those stats.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I go, where do you come up with that statistic?
Yeah, if you kind of choose to be in a relationship with someone, unless you're saying, look, I'm going out tonight, who knows what's going to happen.
But a lot of people just date, though, and they date and they continue to date, and then it's like,
They take it day by day as
You
opposed
say
Put
to
them
dating
together,
more,
right.
more of a thing now.
Yeah.
Like people will just go on date because like filming like Tinder means like you can just go
Yeah.
on a date tonight and
it's very surface level.
yeah.
Right.
That's
So
it.
you're not out with the same person all the time always. You know, who knows what's going on. But now they got like this super gonorrhea that came over from Southeast Asia or something that's like incurable or some shit.
What?
You gotta be careful who you fucking around with now. You didn't hear about that.
No.
Some guy over here in England, he just brought that shit back a couple months ago.
Damn.
They wouldn't say where he went to the doctor, nothing. It's like I need to know, you know, what kind of area, you know, this guy's in. He might be, you know, grabbing door handles and not washing his hands or something, and I go
Exactly.
home with that shit on my hands.
Start-
you know?
Start itching your lip, and
You know, next thing
know.
you know, you go home with that fucking shit on your
Damn.
face. So, cheating, like this is so like I don't want to say universal, but it's so accepted more now. It seems like like those websites like Ashley Madison. We did a show on that like a year or so ago.
I think I was a part of that show.
After they
Yeah.
busted that website or something, and like they hacked it or something and put all these people's names out. You know what Ashley Madison is?
Yeah.
So it's out there. It's out there. And, you know, I was looking at this list of people that have cheated. You got like Jennifer Lopez. She cheated with Ben Affleck, and they ended up getting together afterwards, right?
Hold up, wasn't there all this publicity about him cheating on her?
Probably after. But she cheated on the guy she was with, Chris Judd, and then with Affleck, and then got with Affleck.
Oh,
So
okay.
Affleck was a side dude, and then they ended up
He's the
hooking up.
homewrecker then,
And right.
eventually. Yeah.
Right. Larry King cheated on his wife with his wife's little sister. Heidi,
Oh, come on now.
No, that's
Come
some
on
that's
now.
some Pornhub
That's some
shit.
nasty
That's some
shit.
Bang Bros.
Right.
scripted shit.
Yeah. Heidi Klum cheated on Seal, you know, with the family bodyguard, you know? So it's like, and then see this.
Yeah, but
this-
kiss from a rose, man. Can't be
Kiss
cheating
me,
on that.
yeah. Well, I mean, his face though. Like,
Oh, Pete.
what was going on?
Damn.
You know, Brad Pitt cheated, don't nobody care. Kristen Stewart cheated, don't nobody care. Jessica Simpson cheated with Adam Levine, Maroon 5. I did that guy's gym when I lived in LA. Britney Spears cheated on Justin Timberlake, not once but twice.
Yeesh.
And
Let's
I thought she was
remember.
the innocent one.
yeah, right.
Nah.
Coco cheated on Ice-T. I'm trying to get them
No.
on the show. They tour in Europe on
And they're
holiday.
still good.
Yeah, they still. I think they still.
They're
got
still strong, right?
They got a podcast, I think. Yeah. So the idea that men are cheating more than women, according to this list, and I'm not even halfway down the list. Sienna Miller cheated on Jude Law with Daniel Craig. These are all women that are cheating on their men, right? So
For many years, I think men have got the brunt of it because they're just not as good at articulating it as women are. I think, from my experience seeing the world go by.
women are better liars than men are.
Yeah.
They can hide it better.
Yeah, with a straight face, they can tell you some shit and you'll be like, alright, cool. With the men, they're like, make up some silly, cover-up story and then just fall flat on their face.
Yeah, because men do stupid things when they cheat. See, men, when we cheat with like next door neighbors, coworkers. You know, when a woman cheats, the man gonna live out of town, cross town. You know, and the woman got a backup plan, and she got a backup plan to back up the backup plan, and all this shit.
So the irony is, men would act with feel, women would act with sense in this situation.
They're strategic.
Yeah,
They're
strategic.
strategic about theirs. You know. And the difference is men just we have sex with people we want to have sex with. Women actually cheat on us with men that they actually like. That they'll potentially leave us for.
Yeah.
You know, there's like emotion attached to that where it's like a man will go and smash some chick and then go home to his woman. You know, he don't care about the chick that he has sex with. So.
It's just that nut. Once he's nut, his whole concept of it will change. You like probably feel disgusted.
Well, he
or
needs
whatever.
to just watch some porn, rub one out before he goes out. Then it's done.
Exactly.
Then you don't even got to deal with all that other stuff. Kris Jenner cheated on Rob Kardashian with a mystery man. Another Kardashian story. So
Rob Kardashian, isn't that his son?
Yeah, wait, Chris.
Sorry.
Rob's the dad, dude.
Oh, Black China.
No, Kris Jenner, the mom.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean back in the day before?
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting confused
Yeah.
now.
No.
Okay. Damn.
And Hayes cheated on Ellen DeGeneres.
In celebrity circles, because it's probably so much easier to. Is it easier to hide it? I mean, you're constantly under the public eye.
I don't think it's easier.
But
Just like that
because
Tristan guy.
you can, in theory, like a lot of them can put themselves in more private places.
That's
I guess.
Yeah, a good
dunno.
point. Good point. But coming to this most recent story with the Tristan guy, clearly don't watch much basketball. So he obviously got caught walking into the hotel, got caught walking out of the hotel, got caught like somewhere else where they departed the two. So I think all eyes are on them.
Yeah, you can't. I think it's easier for a normal guy to do that than somebody, because you're always under the eye.
Because you got your, let's say you got
paparazzi
your
or something.
girl or your guy looking out for to catch you out, or you might get your friends to help you, but you've got TMZ and the whole press after you, just trying to get a juicy topic, right?
Yeah, but then even when you got like, what's his name, the comedian, what's this guy, the little short black guy, why can't I think of his
Gary
name?
Coleman.
Kevin Hart. They had the cameras and everything. They was setting him up, you know. They had like a catalog on this fool.
But these are stupid guys that are just doing it when they know they if they had any sense, they know they're going to be seen by someone.
But most of them will be, though. That's the thing with the celebritydom, is you know you're out there. You can't hide from. Nobody's looking.
You're a money-making scheme with arms and legs, so you know people are gonna use.
Someone's got a picture of that, and they can go to a local newspaper or a national newspaper and make however much money with being able to publish this picture, I guess.
The thing of it is in my opinion, and it's just from what I've seen, and I really wish we had a woman here to speak on this, is that men, especially wealthy men, they're going to cheat more than men that aren't wealthy.
Because wealth breeds power, or vice versa, however it comes, and then your desire and your ambition for anything.
Well, look at President Trump. He hooked up with, I don't even know what this woman's name is.
Porn stars, playmates.
Right, and just paid him off, keep it on the hush. And they were going to break up anyway, him and his wife, but because he didn't think he was going to make it into being a president. And they were done because she knew that he was messing around with this woman. But now I can't divorce him now. We're in the middle of becoming first lady, and you got to save face. So
it just shows what her values are to her. I mean, let's be honest.
I'm sure there was a conversation held, and they were like, "Look, you just need to hang around for a couple years, and we can
for the first
give you a little bonus at the end."
First term. He's probably like, yeah, you can fuck whoever you want, just maintain this image.
Well, they don't stay in the same room or anything like that anymore. They stay in separate rooms. She doesn't even stay in the White House.
She doesn't. Right?
So she not?
No, she stays at Trump
She stays
Towers.
in New York, so
she ain't even in
she
the
could have
White
any.
House.
She could have any guy that she wants up there, and she could probably get away with it because
I'm
she's
living
never
under a
stayed
rock.
at the White House. That's how I thought knew something was wrong initially. I'm like, why would you not be moving into the White House? 1, 2. Now that this stuff has come out, that's probably why. Because she was too busy, like, going to do your thing. I'm just gonna. She can't stand him.
Yeah.
She'll never look happy when she's standing next to him, but she's there for appearances and stuff like that. But, I mean, when you're cheating, and I'm saying all this like I've got all this vast knowledge on it, but when you see like these celebrities like Tiger Woods, when he got caught cheating and his woman beat his ass with a 9-iron and all that shit, he's worth millions, tens of millions. You have to expect. And I was having this conversation with the person that brought up this Kardashian thing. When someone plays pro sports and they're traveling all the time, you have no idea how much pussy is being thrown at these people every single night. When they're on the road, they're in Houston, they're in, LA, they're in New York,
Vegas.
They're wherever they are, people know who they are. When you see like a 6'6" black guy, you know that, he's probably playing sports or something. He's all blinged up. He's got people around him, and they want to, people are asking for autographs and stuff like that. Women see that, and they, who's that? Oh, they want to get with him. It's got to happen. It's bound to happen. And I mean, like these rock stars, come on, man.
They probably got in each city. They probably got 2 or 3 women just at the other end of the phone. I'm gonna be in town. Blah blah blah. I got a game. Finish at this time on a Tuesday.
I think it's got to be really hard for a man.
And I think you've got that just to avoid the BS, right? Ultimately, you've got a queue anyway, as you were saying, right? It's crazy. I mean, it comes with a lot of discipline if you're really trying to hold it down. And I think there are a few people that, there's got to be. There's good and bad everywhere. I'm not saying everyone's bad who's cheating, but yeah, they are. But yeah. Where am I going with this? That kind of left a cliffhanger with me in the. I was going to retract that. I thought, let's leave it.
But I mean, it does take a lot of discipline if you are surrounded by women, on a regular basis.
What about Steph Curry? Like,
Steph Curry's an ugly motherfucker. You think he's got groupies?
He'll still have. Look,
yeah, you don't need to be pretty, man.
if your name is
If you
big
got-
enough.
Biggie was getting ass.
exactly.
Donald Trump was like in his 60s when he was getting with porn stars and playmates. It doesn't.
Yeah, but he's
it doesn't
Donald
matter.
Trump. So I guess you're right.
That's power, but ultimately, as long as you got some peas, shit. You heard Kanye's workout plan. They've got workout plans to get a guy with a car, or at least
Yeah.
an NBA player, or whoever. There's, as long as it benefits their social status or benefits them in any ways. Half the time, it's probably not even for the dick. It's just to get some.
Oh no, it's for the step up.
It's for the come up.
It's for the
They're trying to
That's
status
it.
check, And I think that's what happened with the girl that Kobe was poking in the booty in Colorado. Is that where it was? And
I recall Isabel.
but she had all kind of DNA all up in her ass. She was trying to pin him for rape or whatever. But they had came back and said that she had all kinds of semen up inside of it. Literally, like 2 or 3 different other.
Is that how long does that last? We had this on our last conversation.
Oh, that was for DNA or something, though, wasn't it? I don't know. My ex-girlfriend. Oh, this is great. I'm putting everybody out. They're putting all their business out. I don't
Damn,
care.
remind me not to tell you anything.
I'm dry snitching like a motherfucker. These are all girls. These are all ratchet ass hoes. I don't give a fuck. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
it's
I don't
cool.
care.
They brought it on themselves.
Exactly. I had this girlfriend, and she cheated on me. And this is the first girlfriend I ever had that I knew cheated. And I found out that the girlfriend that I had before that cheated on me, but not till years and years later, I find out.
That's trippy.
Yeah, because all my friends were like, you didn't know that bitch was fucking that motherfucker? I was like, motherfucker, I knew I should have knew him better. But, you don't see it like that when you're young.
And you give benefit of the doubt as well because you're in some sort of.
Yeah, you're blinded by love, fuck the hoes. So, anyway, she got knocked up by some guy that played football for the Detroit Lions, and she wasn't nobody. She was all right, but he met her at a party, and she was hanging out with one of her girlfriends from university that was sleeping with somebody from the team, and they was going to parties and stuff, and I didn't care. I was like, bye, I just left. But she got knocked up by this guy, and he didn't want nothing to do with her, so they never stayed together. She had 2 kids,
she's keeping the baby though, because she's thinking.
Oh, most definitely.
She's thinking
Child
Lions
support.
player.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm keeping it. I've got the connection.
Oh, yeah.
He has to look after the kid. He's got to look after me.
Oh yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo. That's
Cha-ching.
why they
Cha-ching.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely.
And it's
do
so
it.
sad, man, that you use, your offspring as collateral. It's messed
Yeah,
up.
look, that's
another story.
like to know that your
Yeah.
kid's like a product of or your child
He's an
is
asset.
looking up at you like, oh yeah, so tell me the story. Where have I come from? Who's my dad? Well,
I was at this party and Biggie was playing, and I looked over and he had, he had a 40.
Lil Kim went out the other way, and
Yeah.
I had my moment, and
Next thing you know, they're hooking up.
he tried to put a condom on, and I snatched it off him, and I threw it in the bin, and
Exactly.
I told
And
him
if
we
you-
was just doing it.
if you want to hear us being conceived, then you can hear that skit on Ready to Die. That little see it. All you Biggie heads will know that.
No, man. So I don't think I don't think that there's the same level of responsibility or the same level of accountability for a celebrity with regards to sex and cheating. And I mean, there's obviously your exceptions, but I mean, they have too much opportunity. You're going to be as loyal as your options are, I think. And if women or men are throwing the D at you all the time, then you're gonna take
Thing
it.
is though, do you know what I don't get? Okay, so you'll get some of these sports stars because they've got such a their career starts a lot earlier and finishes a lot earlier. So their career will start at like 18 and it'll finish at like, I don't know, 30, mid 30s or something like that on average. And they all seem to get married really young, but yet half of them will cheat. So it's like, why didn't you just you had enough time to go and live that single lifestyle, have all the girls throwing themselves at you.
Greed, man.
While you're but while you're single, just let it happen. Then there's not
women
even
don't
any
want
pressure.
you when you're single, though.
That's true.
Women don't want.
Yeah, but if you're rich enough, of course they do. If you're rich enough, of course they do.
That's true.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
when you're rich enough, then that's when they're trying to lock you down. So
Yeah, but you just say nah. I'm in Detroit for 2 days, and then I'm out and back home, and I'm in Miami, and I don't want to. I don't want to come back to Detroit.
Yeah, that's for people that can really play the game, and I'm
Right.
sure there's people out there that are like
tons
connoisseurs
of guys
this.
that are out there.
Yeah,
That
and there's other people that get
side
caught
chicks.
too in deep, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna wife a hoe." And again, we're gonna do a reference on the album again, Dr. Dre's Chronic. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
No, of course not. I mean, but you can't turn, a housewife into a hoe either. So,
Well, unless she's gone through some shit.
yeah, I don't know, but I mean,
But that's the rich guys, right? And the celebrity and the guys that have got limelight on them. And then I guess if you don't mind me switching over to the everyday norms and let's say everyday people like ourselves. I mean, we're kind of there, aren't we? We're B-listers. Are we B-listers?
B-list.
I mean, we're not quite A-listers. We're on V3 TV right now.
I don't know. Oh.
No,
We're on
V3 TV is definitely D-list. We D-list like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
the name
but-
of 3 people watching this podcast.
Yeah,
your
it was wishful
girlfriend,
thinking.
your mama, and
and the guy you
somebody
paid.
I know that I don't even really know, but we just
Who accidentally clicked on it.
Right, so but anyway,
But yeah, coming back to people of everyday norm who don't have a platform or a stage or a fact check. Why do they do it? Ultimately, probably from feeling empty, not feeling content in what they have, or some sort of addiction. Because we know we've got them sex addicts out there who really go rehab for this shit. So it comes across in different shapes and sizes and in different ways, but I think everyone has a struggle, and you get given that struggle. I think, we all get tested with everything. So then, your level of test.
but that's what I mean. Where you're only as loyal as your options are.
Yeah,
If women aren't throwing it at you, then you're not generally gonna be out there chasing it. You might be.
yeah. It might be easier for someone to cheat. I get that, but ultimately, you get given some responsibility with that wealth. I think so. So it comes down to, can you hold it down? If you can't, then you can't. And I think that goes for everyone. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Even without the wealth. I mean, there's women out there that are happy to mess around with you that don't want nothing from you but sex.
Just feed me good sex and that's it.
That's all they want.
Some girls just like the idea that the guy's in a relationship, and that's what they want. Like a guy who is already taken, and
Yeah,
that
there's
means
no-
I can be in and be out, and no one's gonna say nothing.
Can you get with somebody that is a side chick that you hooked up with as a side chick? Would you be with them after?
we hear this, man.
After
Where the
they-
side chick becomes the main chick.
Right.
It's a risky move, isn't it?
Would you do that?
Well, that's suicide, man. Like, you're playing with fire there.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, it came from a negative situation. I mean, you might see it as positive or beneficial, but if we look at it from a bird's eye view, that's a bad thing.
Well, it's like
If we look at it from like
like
as a guard.
the celebrity example, was it Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
So she cheats to get with him, and then gets with him. But then both of them are probably just looking at each other half the time, thinking like,
Are you
I don't
cheating
know
on
what
me?
you're up to, because look at how we started, and then like they're both in the limelight. Both of them are probably here, there, and everywhere. Both of them have got money. Both of them are good looking. So I mean, both of them aren't gonna get turned down very often, and they're both gonna get offered it as much as they
I
want.
know J-Lo is not ever gonna not get offered
Yeah,
dick.
yeah.
J-Lo get it right now. Hey, J-Lo gonna get it right now. If she walked in this door, I'd be like, baby, I love you, but
If J-Lo posted it
Fucking
on
J-Lo,
Facebook
dog.
that she was ready, and then you would just see
she'd have
ping, 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 ping,
she'd
ping,
have
ping, ping,
8
ping,
million new friends in 5 minutes. But it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But like you said, a lot of people are, sometimes you're in these relationships that aren't, don't make you happy sexually, so maybe that's why they go out and cheat. Sometimes you're in a bad relationship, but you stay in a relationship because the sex is great. We used to call that Cockholm syndrome, where it's not Stockholm syndrome, but it's Cockholm
I'm with you.
syndrome. So you stay in a relationship because the sex is so good, but the relationship is shit. You know, and I've been in that situation. It was like, I can't
Yeah,
stand
that's the
your
only thing
ass,
that's going
but
for you
the sex
guys.
is so
Yeah.
good.
Or you're
You
limited.
just can't let it go.
You're limited and you're worried that you're gonna have to use a sock because you can't get a hold of anyone.
Fucking a fifi. Nah, I ain't never had to worry about no goddamn socks now. But
Thank God for that. But yeah, man, I think it's very shallow, the showbiz world. So you're not gonna get much there anyway. That's why you get like you got to hold on to your ride or dies. Let's say you came from a background which wasn't showbiz, humble beginnings, and then you're in this limelight, but you choose to stick with the chick that you came in the game
I
with.
think that's how T.I. was, wasn't it? When Tiny
Shit,
was
DMX as well.
with him, yeah.
Who else? I just started thinking about DMX going to prison again, but that's the side. That's just like that's the system cheating him. We're still on topic.
He only got a year though, so
Yeah.
apparently they was like playing some of his
Slipping.
music.
They were playing Slipping.
They was like, but slipping though, dog. We only gonna give him a year. We just gonna give him a year.
How that worked, I don't know, but that's a good song.
That's because they didn't play none of that real shit. Where he was like,
Yeah.
you know,
When he's like, "Arr,
you
arr."
know how DMX is.
I'm sure he still barked on that
Yeah,
song. He
yeah,
must have.
yeah.
It's without fail. But yeah. So yeah, T.I. stayed with Tiny. DMX stayed with his. Ja Rule with his.
Yeah, they're out there, but it's not. A lot of times you just, Dr. Dre was with his for a minute, I think, wasn't he? Or something
Minute,
like
but
that?
it's once he blew up, though.
Yeah.
If I'm right. I guess everyone's different. Whatever makes you feel complete. But I think if you're just going around, just beating chicks left, right, and center, you're definitely filling a hole. Like there's a void there.
But are you though? Maybe that's just what you like to do. Men, see, this is a whole nother conversation. Are men by nature supposed to be monogamous? I think
A lot of women can agree with that. Like,
this is why you need a woman here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it just because that's what they've been trained to think by Western standards? Because if you go into like
Tribals.
Africa
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit like that, they don't have one wife.
even
They
in like,
have multiple lives, even
like-
in the Middle East and so on. In certain religions.
exactly, yeah.
Well, that's fine. If
Yeah.
they don't subscribe to this Western cultural civilization way of teaching. So that's not how we do things. I have a harem over here. Fuck you and that one wife, one man thing. So I'm not doing it.
It's I think that's a no. I don't think it's like we're born with this instinct of just trying to fuck everything.
Really?
Well, no,
I
that's the thing. I think from a
we
pure
are.
scientific point,
You reckon?
I think we
the
are.
male species in general, their
Fucking,
primal
yes.
instinct
But that's
is
what
to
I mean.
mate with as many.
Perpetuate
You
the
reckon? As
species.
many?
Yes.
That's as a primal instinct. That's
Yeah,
actually
you're
what a
probably-
man's thing is to basically just spread your seed as far and wide as possible.
Even in the animal kingdom, that's why they have infanticide. They
I
come
don't
in.
know,
If I'm
yeah. No,
coming
as a
into a
base
new
form,
lion
I do
pride,
agree
I'm
with
killing
you.
your kids.
But just then comes the mindset. I think that switch changes that. But ultimately, where you're coming from, you're right.
That's because you're taught that mindset.
from a purely scientific standpoint.
You're
it's-
right. Yeah, I get it. It does make sense.
Yeah, you get that shit trained out of you. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Culture and school and princess and prince and king and queen and husband and wife and on the cake and all that shit. You get taught that
Strip
stuff.
that away.
You get taught all that stuff. But if that's not part of anything that's not ingrained in your cultural DNA, I think men would just be out there and women would be. They're still gonna be like this with the kids. They're gonna take care of the kids because that's their
Instinct.
maternal instinct
Yeah.
is to look after the kids because we don't think like that. Men don't think in terms of protecting the pack in that regard. If we want to make you tough, make you ready to go out there so that you can protect but not like nurture. It's a completely different set of mindset from a man from a woman. I think that we're more dominant. I think when you get something put in you versus putting something in somebody is more dominant.
Yeah.
So
There's definitely a paradigm shift though, with all these girls putting on strap-ons and shit.
oh yeah, we was watching this podcast from these girls called
Horrishly, what
was it called? I don't even remember what it was called, but
Incredible Idiot?
no, it was on Brilliant Idiots, but
Oh.
they were guests on Brilliant Idiots, and They're horrible decisions. That's the name of the show. Horrible spelled like whore. So
Okay.
horrible decisions. So they're always talking about sex. So shout out to the ladies at Horrible Decisions to make y'all watch my show. So they were talking about pegging. So the pegging is when a woman puts on a strap on and fucks a man in his ass. So then then. Obviously, so we say, yeah, that's gay. or as if they said, dick talk, gay. So no, that's gay to me, right? But then, what did Charlamagne say? If anything,
So let's say you go for a prostate exam. Does that make you gay? No, it all comes.
That's
He's
completely
obviously
different.
he's throwing a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
From my understanding,
that's
because
a medical procedure.
Yeah, man.
That's necessary to perpetuate my lifestyle to keep
you're not
me
going to
alive.
call the surgeon a murderer or causing GBH for operating.
Yeah,
on
for
you.
cutting you open.
Yeah. No, of course not. So that's a little different. But if a girl, that's borderline, is sticking stuff in your butt,
Okay.
you have homosexual tendencies.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and her friend said that her boyfriend asked if she could put on a strap on and he sucks that. Is
No,
that
Oh,
That's
come on.
gay.
No,
Gay!
yeah.
Definitely
Gay!
Definitely. I'm
Gay!
glad we're on page
Liberace
there.
gay.
So wait,
Come on.
he asked for her to do that.
Yeah.
He asked. So
Yeah, he might as well just go on and have a coke and a smile and go find him a boyfriend and start sucking dick.
That's
'cause he's
what-
gay.
Straight up.
Gay.
if you're willing
You're
to
insinuating
it's,
this shit.
It's, well, it's not the thing that she's gonna have on is gonna be like the exact same. Like it,
As if there's
you-
a guy
if you-
there.
yeah.
It just doesn't have a pulse. That's
Yeah.
it.
it's yeah.
Okay, so what happens if you're in prison and you fucking?
Well, no, that's a different thing though. In
That's
terms
some
of
power dominance.
if a
and-
guy, if
But even then,
another
man,
guy
that shit
just
is gay.
if another guy,
That's
yeah,
some serious
That's what I'm
condition.
saying. So
But
if
like,
you
if
have no
another guy-
sexual outlet other than a guy,
No.
are you gay?
Oh no, I mean
You
like.
got a hand, man. You got a fucking.
I just meant in terms of if another guy overpowers you and just
No, I'm not
takes
talking
you
about
Well, that's
taking your
rape.
man.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
rape,
I was
yeah.
gonna say,
But is the guy
you're
that's
in prison.
raping you, is he gay?
I mean,
They would say no, right? Because it's like a power trip system where it's like, I own you, bitch.
All right, no power trip systems. That's all stripped away. You're in prison.
It's
and-
like in
and
the-
you're gonna be there for 25 years. And
in the
you're not-
longest yard and Chris Rock, there's the sisters, and Adam Sandler says like, oh yeah, who are they? Blah blah blah. And Chris Rock's like, you laugh now. In 6 months they're gonna like Beyonce.
Oh right.
Yeah, with Tracy Morgan.
Right.
So like,
So,
I don't know,
but is
maybe-
that gay though? That's what I'm saying. Is that gay?
Yeah, so I guess you almost condition yourself to think that it's. I mean, in terms of what you just said, that they're looking.
the
Like,
most
you're looking
feminine.
Why
Yeah.
the fuck is
thing.
no one answering my question? Is that gay or not?
Yeah, man. Everything's gay. It's
So
just
if
not
you're not,
involved
if you're not gonna
everything.
see another woman ever again,
That's
are
gay.
you then now are you gay because you have
Yeah.
sex with men?
It's like, okay, so you're gonna start fucking men because you're not gonna see women, but you have to accept that you're gay now.
What if you
Yeah,
get,
yeah,
what
yeah.
if you getting out in 10 years and you start and you're fucking men while you're in prison?
It's still gay. You're gay regardless.
But you're not. But you don't touch another man once you get out of prison.
Yeah, if you were just like,
you were gay. Past tense now.
So would that be
seriously
so that'd
like,
be bisexual then?
like, no offense to gay people.
Yeah,
it's
if
just
you-
that
if you-
facts. This is facts.
if you know you're getting out, in a way, is it different if you know you're not getting out compared to if you know you're getting out? If you know you're not getting out and you're not seeing another
So-
woman for the rest of your life.
My point is, it's all gay. Both perspectives.
I-
Moral of the story, guys: be law-abiding
Stay out of
citizens.
prison. Don't cheat on anybody. If you're predisposed to having sex with multiple people, then don't get in a relationship. And if you do, just be like, look, this is what's up.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning. Because then, next thing you know, she might be inviting, girlfriends over and shit like that. You
Well,
never know what's
it
going to
comes-
happen, dog. You never know. So they
comes
might
down
be
to-
inviting boyfriends over. Who knows that?
Exactly.
This
I
month.
think it comes down to T's and C's. Have some terms and conditions, agree on them, and don't break those
You
binding
gotta
contracts.
have them now anyway because people accusing people of rape that ain't rape people and fucking everybody's me tooing and saying that somebody done touched their butt 20 years ago and they trying
Who
to
are we
send
talking about?
people-
Russell Simmons.
I'm talking about it. Oh yeah, did you hear about that shit that he said?
Did he say something? All I read was a lady said that he touched my ass. Not even grope it, not even nothing. Just literally touched my ass 20 years ago, and she's trying to get some shit out of it. I'm like, nah, man.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, really?
What I heard was he said, damn, I wish I could remember what this quote was. He said, either you gonna give me some pussy or I'm fucking your son.
Yo, that's dark. That's dark.
That's what I heard he said.
The
And that's
power, man.
exactly
That's
what
dark
they said.
power.
Like, I want that person that found that quote to come and write some horror films for me, because that's
dark.
If it was made up, they were like,
Yo, no, yeah.
come
they're
holler,
good. Yeah.
come holler at me.
Wow.
But that's what is alleged that he said, and this was a while ago.
That's why he's doing like yoga
It
and
was a
shit,
while
chilling
ago.
out.
Because he
he's-
was like, either you giving up some booty or I'm fucking your son. So what do you do in that case? That's
Hey.
fucked up.
Well, that's a completely different story.
Man,
But
that's
why aren't you
shit.
coming out with that shit earlier?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
But in that from that standpoint, why aren't you coming out earlier? And why loads of people didn't come out earlier is sometimes, I think from a mental standpoint, when
It's
someone,
embarrassing.
well, not just that, but like it's more intimidating for someone to be so direct. Is more intimidating than someone who's kind of slyly trying to do something. So it's not like a real example necessarily, but you know, in American Gangster, where Denzel Washington shoots Idris Elba in the head in pure daylight. Have you seen American Gangster?
Yeah, was that
Yeah,
Idris
I
Elba?
don't think that was Idris, was it?
It's Idris Elba.
No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
It's
out.
Idris Elba.
No, it's not. I got that on DVD.
It's definitely Idris Elba. Anyway,
Okay.
dude shoots Idris Elba in daylight in the head.
In the very
You're
beginning
gonna
of the film.
You're more scared of that guy that does it in pure daylight than the guy that's been doing it in the dark in alleyways, because that's the guy that you like. This guy doesn't give a shit.
Gets
Yeah,
away
yeah,
with
right,
it.
So
right.
like the guy. So if Russell Simmons was saying stuff like that in such a fearless way, you're thinking like, you know what? Maybe I should. I can't say anything, because if this guy's this like doesn't care this much, when like he should have standards or whatever, and he's gonna say something like that, then dude's obviously crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mad.
he's out to lunch, for sure.
Damn, man. He's a real motherfucker. I was like, yo, are you with this monk yoga shit, or are you like about it because you swear too much to be practicing yoga on a
Yeah.
higher level like this? It's like,
Crazy.
who are you, man? I can almost believe it. Especially in his position of power. Def Jam, it's no joke, man. Especially in those times
Yeah.
when nothing was accessible. There's very limited platforms of media,
Yeah.
especially representing like, you know, less, what's the word I'm trying to use? Less commercial media.
X.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, man, that's mad.
It's real. That's real. Show's over. Let's go home.
It's a wrap, ladies and
Thanks
gents.
for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Or something.
Peace.
Peace.
Go to the gym. Work out with your cousin.